Hey, what's going on, all the peoples? It's Ridiculous Badger. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Still alive. I don't really do anything. Well, that's not true. I do lots of stuff. Oh, here comes the cat. She just ate. I thought she'd be good, but nope. Here she is. Okay. Okay, Quinzel. Okay. Okay. It's go down here. Go over here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So hey, look, I've got I was out all day today in meetings and doing day stuff, and I came home to a bunch of stuff sitting outside my door, which is nothing new. Both in my job and in my off work hours, I get a lot of packages. It's just different types. So I figured there's some cool stuff here. I know what some of it is. I don't know what some of I also don't know what the rest of it is. I don't know what's the more elegant way to say I don't know what all of this stuff is. But I figured let's take a look. And obviously one got wrecked. So these three are from China. Boom. But these two are from Shozi Store, obviously, and this is from AliExpress. You know, this is this is what you get when you get them go from AliExpress. And like, I like how they have the corner protectors on there, but like that didn't stop. Like, look at this. This corner protector got completely wrecked. Just it doesn't matter if we're protecting the corners. If someone just like bashes the anyway, whatever. You get it. Let's start with that one because I really hope that the item inside is still in decent shape. But if not, then not. I don't know. Sometimes life is not everything in life is like roses. Okay, sometimes things are terrible. But anyway, anyway. Look, I'm not an unboxer. I'm doing this just so like, hey, I'm nerdy, and I'm around, and I don't know. I'm just a friggin' nerd. Now, I mean, look, sometimes. I mean, the inside box of what I got is probably ruined also, like the item that I got, but there's a chance that the inner figure. These are transfers, okay? Look, I did say these are transfers, okay? There's a chance that the inner figure is still safe with whatever internal packaging. Look at this. Should I get a knife one day? I even have a knife, like a utility knife. I don't fucking use it. Just go around with these with a pair of scissors. Okay. So again, does it matter that we're using bubble wrap if everything gets destroyed? Actually, it does not look bad. There's some wrinkles. I mean, you'll see it as I more fully unbox it, but not super terrible, which is good. I hope everyone's been enjoying. I don't know, like maybe you're checking out this vid because you're like taking a break from Trombone Champ, which is just taking the internet by storm. Okay, so two things. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, this is a bonus. This is a bonus for this item. I was gonna get it from Shozi Store, but then I saw that Bombusby, another Chinese toy distributor, had it with a bonus, and it's like, hey, we'll show you. So this actually it doesn't look that bad. I thought that the box was going to be completely wrecked, but that's not the case. So, cool. So this is let's get this out of the way. This is a transformer that is fully licensed, like it's that type of ship. I don't know. It's called like the Renhai Cruiser. I think it's a Chinese ship, and it's not a Transformer character. It's a completely original character, and they're making this combiner out of warships, which like modern warships, which is so cool. So yeah, I'm totally. I was in on this like immediately. Immediately, they have a I think a like a helicopter landing vessel, which or carrier, which is coming out soon also. And then there's one of them is a submarine. I think there's five of them. So one of them is this like this cruiser. One is a submarine. One is a helicopter or like small aerial craft landing deck type ship. One is a then there's a then there's like an airship, like a large scale air carrier, right? So that's three, right? I mean that's five, right? There's this, the helicopter deck, the larger air carrier, the submarine. No, I'm missing one, but I don't know what it is. So whatever. I don't know if they've revealed it either. So I think. Oh, I think it's just like a battleship. Like this is a cruiser. I think there's one that's a battleship. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's. You know what? We'll go all out. We'll start out with this was the pre-order bonus. And I mean the bonus to order from Bombasby rather than Shozy. Stop screwing with my stuff, cat. It's like a fucking story of my life. So it's like some effect parts that you can could add to the ship. And like it ended up costing me like $5 more, but I'm like, man, I gotta try this out. So like here's a missile with a blast effect. Here's like smaller missiles. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I normally don't use any of this stuff, but I'm just such an easy mark, you know? It's like a different turret. All these like smoke effects for like you could put it by the barrel, like it shot something, which is pretty cool. Like I haven't seen something like this in this style before. I do think it's clever. This must be the hold some I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me hard questions. Okay. So that's that, right? This is cool too, right? It's like a single like I'm a child. Okay, let's put that away. Put that away so I could lose it forever. And let's continue with my terrible unboxing. Because look, you're not. I come in here to look at like how I look at boxes. This is not. You know, it's so you could see what I spent money on in error, so that maybe you don't spend money in error like I do. Okay, so it is a little bit. I mean, it's supposed to open that way. I guess there's like, yeah, there's a magnet in there. So this is supposed to be like super premium, like you're gonna hang on to this. And mine looks like, yeah, I'm not holding on to this. But also, like, I don't know anything about this ship. I don't know anything about, like, I can't read Chinese. At a certain point, I'll probably use, I'll probably just use Google Translate Lens and take a look, but that doesn't matter now. So this whole thing opens up. And look, I do think part of it is, so this is made by Toys Easy. I think that there's some, I'm not sure if there's some involvement with Zeta or TFC does some of this stuff. But anyway. Yeah, does look pretty cool. Like even like this. So let's pop the boy out. It's got lots of foam. Okay, let's take some of this off. Got a little bit of backpack kibble. It's okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see these feet. Oh. I'm just guessing. Obviously, I don't. Wow, got some nice paint apps. I saw this. I was like, this is my thing. I don't. I like the. I like the Transformers that are like. I'm gonna say vehicles, but like larger vehicles, more interesting. I love the ones that are like spaceships. It's got some the die-cast joint here. It's a little bit looser than I would like in the elbow here, but that's all fixable. It's all stuff that like I just kind of take it for granted when I buy a transformer or something that um I'm gonna have to like kind of do some work on it to get it how I like it. Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. As long as it's doable, I do not mind. I don't mind problems I could fix. It's problems I can't fix that I care about. Okay. Cool. Very cool. I'm not gonna futz with it too much for now, but I love the look. I like the hi cat. Okay. Hi cat. Oh, she loves foam. She loves foam. She loves foam. That's why she's coming here. But anyway, I like the look of it. I like the feel of the plastic. Sometimes I tend to not like hi cat. These more want to say modern looking Transformers, like especially lots of the movie verse stuff. Like I'm not into how the plastic usually feels on those. So nice that it feels nice. So let's put this boy aside for now. Let's check out what else is in here. Oh, pop right off. Boom. Okay, it's like a tower that turns into like some kind of communications tower or something. I don't know, or missile. Oh no, it's just missiles. So yeah, it turns into a weapon for this boy. I'd love to know what his name is, but I do not. And you open it up. Yep, got the missiles in there. That's pretty cool. What else we got in here? So I pulled out the stand. Oh, there's more stuff. Oh right, I think there's effect parts. Yeah. Okay. And why does anybody do these cards? I do not understand. This is to me that's ridiculous. It's like a part that came loose, but yeah, I mean, look, the box did its thing, right? The box did its thing. Definitely kept after it. Okay, so where would this go? Is my question. Maybe. What are you doing, Cat? Just heard the sound and was like, "That's not good." Where are you? Oh, you're screwing up my carpet. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know what this goes to yet. This could be a simple stand part. It could be something that kind of fell off of this boy. Not immediately visible. So for now, I'll just put it here. Please do not rip up my carpet, Cat. You have no need to do this. What else we got? This thing. Collector card. They don't understand why they do that. Looks like something that gets plugged in to this guy to make it look more realistic. Oh, let's put the loose thing in the bag so we don't lose it, huh? Great. And then we've got these are like some arm swords, I think. Yeah, I think it just like kind of goes over his hand. I'm not gonna futz too much with that right now. And then, so there's two of those. And then there's came with this stand apparatus came with this. This is a stand. I mean, look, this thing articulates. You know, it's a stand because it's a boat, so it needs a stand. And then it's got some weapons on the underside. Looks like a couple of Gatling cannons, and these are mounting braces so that you can mount the ship on it. He can also. This is like this is a friggin' reach for me. I mean, look, number one, I love accessory storage in the stand. I mean, I don't go for stands that much, but with a ship, you need a stand because it doesn't have a flat bottom. Toy World recently made their take on a studio series like Movie vs. Jetfire that turned into like a World War I ship, and they got around it by just making the bottom completely flat, which you could do because you're always going to put a boat down, like you're never going to be looking at it from underneath. But here they're going for the stand for the more premium look, and it makes sense for the price point. But so there's going to be 5 of these, and they're all going to join together like in a star, so that you could mount all of your ships all like going out from one origin point or to one origin point, which to me, look, I mean, that's great, but I feel like ships should be in a formation, not in like a star pattern going outward. But that might be, I don't know, that might be something that you have some freedom with. But to me, so anyway, I like accessory storage in the stand, but to me this is a reach, so it's got a handle on, so you could use it as a shield. Sure, buddy. Whatever you feel you got to do. I think that's a little bit of a reach myself. So let's put this aside for now. And let's go on to the next thing, right? Right. Put this aside. My cat can screw with it. Put this aside. Let's go on. You know what? Let's go on to this thing. This is special. So this, I know what this is. And I actually have another thing sort of like it, or in the same category coming out. This is a canvas. This is a print that Bobby Skullface made. So it's his own original artwork, and he advertised it on his channel. Hi, Cat. Cat, I'm trying to. Can you? No one needs to see my address. Anyway, so he's huge into Transformers and expanding the community and kind of, helping to foster like conversations about things that we as a community should be talking about. So I mean, super duper great channel, and he gives like his real honest opinion, and it's a very high level opinion because he's been collecting for years. And not to say that he's high, that he does not present him like he presents himself as like the common man, but he has very very intricate opinions that have great merit on Transformer figures and other aspects of collecting. And one of those is art, and he does art on the side. And he does like blankets and I think sometimes hoodies, and he sells them to the community, and also I think at conventions, and part of the proceeds go to charity. So it's a nice thing. But anyway, he's a big fan of the IDW run. I had to take it out because part of this is I have to take the aspect that shows my address off. I don't trust any of you, but you shouldn't trust any of you either. But anyway, he was a big fan of the IDW run of Transformers, and one of the interesting aspects of that run is they really developed some of the characters in a different way, in a more mature way than we had seen like when I was growing up watching the show in the 80s. And one of those was Megatron, because you could only have like the cackling villain super evil for so long, but Transformers are, as a race, they live for millions of years. So it's like eventually, the IDW run kind of tackles like, what if we developed Megatron interestingly? And at one point, he even becomes an Autobot, and I think that they're borrowing that for the Earthspark run of the new show. But anyway, enough of that yapping. So I ordered. This was a run that he did. You could either get it with Megatron with a Decepticon symbol, insignia, or Autobot insignia. It's Megatron and Ravage. Nice. That must be his signature. But anyway, I saw this on. He was showing it on this channel, and I was like, yes, this is something I want to do. Like, I want this because, I mean, one of the things that he talks about is like, we collect toys, we collect figures, we collect statues and like model kits, but it's, even though it's multi-dimensional, in a way it's kind of one-dimensional, and like it's nice to have like some pieces that like might be a little bit more suited as a grown-up. Like I have, you put things on your walls as a human, so why not, if you love the thing, why not have some like more adult representation that you put on your shelf or that you put on your wall? So I saw it. I was happy to support it. I paid for it immediately. I was like, "Give me this! I want this now!" And I'm gonna hang it on my wall. I don't think they ever showed him with a fusion cannon in this form, but yeah, I mean, we always look at Megatron as having a fusion cannon, and it was like when Megatron was considering like his options, and like I think when he decided to become an Autobot, Ravage was still a Decepticon, but he went after Megatron to kind of like just like to see like what is going on basically. And I think Soundwave even sent him because they were trying to figure out like, is Megatron as an Autobot now a threat to the Decepticon remnant? And so like Ravage pursued him as a spy, and at one point like he kind of like, I mean, Ravage and Megatron even in G1 were like super close, right? Like all of the tapes, all of the Soundwave cassettes seem to like, they didn't like hang out so much with Soundwave, a little bit, but there are many, many cases where you see like Laserbeak and Megatron, or Ravage and Megatron. Like they seem to like, they had a bond that like very few others in the Decepticons had. It's, and I don't think it was that they were simple animals. Like I just think it was that they, not that they understood the movement, but they were in it. Like they, I mean, they had their own intelligence, but they were relatively simple. Like they were, I mean, Megatron explained that, they were always loyal. So I thought it was interesting that one part in the IDW comics when Ravage was pursuing Megatron to see if he would be a threat to the Decepticons, and if so, if they would need to try to assassinate him. At one point, like they're stuck in a cell on a ship, and Megatron has already decided, like, listen, I'm not gonna kill anymore. I'm not gonna hurt anymore. So that's why they were on this, the cell of the ship, and not, Megatron just laying waste to the place. But Ravage like asked, like, why did you do this? Like, you could have just become a civilian, because this was after the war ended. Like, you didn't have to completely switch sides. Like, and I mean, it was a much more like guttural, like shorter, more direct and to the point conversation. But he's basically saying, like, you realize, like, when you left us, we're still Decepticons. It's not just such a simple thing that, you should have considered us, and you could have become a civilian, consider how we feel. And one of the lines that I'll never forget from the IDW run, the original one, is like when Megatron was about to say something, and Ravage goes like, "You betrayed all of us. you betrayed me. And I thought that was like, I'm a cat person, in case you didn't know, you know that. But I really liked how the writer understood like that aspect of how a feline thinks. We assume, based on the way that we look at cats as humans, that they're independent, they're self-centered. So not even like it just struck me that like Ravage had that nuance, like yeah, like betraying everybody is one thing, but we had a close relationship. I believed in you. You betrayed me. So anyway, I thought that was super cool. So I really appreciated how they developed that relationship in the IDW run. So I saw this. I'm like, yeah, I would like this, please. So I will put that on my wall. And I'm super excited to do it. We got two more. We got small and we got medium. I mean, it's like, you know, virtually the same size. Let's start off. Hey, cat. You are seriously screwing with me over here. Can you? No, she's like, nope. All right, let's start with small. Cat, you just ate. There's no reason to do this to me. There's just no reason for it. So I could not tell you like why the item I got from AliExpress was completely like wrecked on the outside, but the item I got from Shozi store like are like pristine, untouched. You know? I mean, it could also be like corner protectors are nice, but it takes more than corner protectors to protect the box, and they get it, you know? They totally get it. So I know what one of these is. I think this is the one that I don't know what it is. I check my. I have an app that manages all my tracking numbers, and so I do check it pretty often. So I probably know once I see it what it is. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This is okay. This is super cool. It's not the first Legends scale Jetfire because the Iron Factory had one, but this is like, it's the first G1 styled, because the Iron Factory one was IDW styled. And it was also years ago. This is like supposed to be like a mini masterpiece. It's like really, it's gigantic for a Legends figure. It's like the size of a Voyager or even a little bigger. Because Jetfire was gigantic in the G1. He was like, when he was in his alt mode, Optimus Prime, like all the Autobots could fit in his cargo bay. It was insane. And he was like twice the size of Optimus Prime in his robot mode. So, yeah, gigantic thing. So this is the first one, sort of like in this modern Legends style, which is like super premium. This is a heavy piece. Wow, this is hefty. Got the toy accurate gun. And the first thing I was looking for is like, where's all the extra swappable hands? They don't have it because articulated fingers. That's crazy. So they're also coming out with a couple other decos. I pre-ordered the Macross deco from the toy version, and there's a Shattered Glass version that I did not order. Is this like terrible to watch? Like watching me like try and botch peeling a sticker off? This must be awful. Okay. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this guy. Wow. It looks like it's all painted too. Yeah, wow. And there's a Takara masterpiece Jetfire coming out early next year. Are these individually articulated? No. No, that's fine though. I am kind of surprised that there's no swappable hands. That's normally a thing that New Age does. This is super cool. Big feet. They gave him heels. He doesn't actually have heels in the cartoon. This is freaking awesome. I have been waiting for this. Came out of nowhere. So like Magic Square announced one, like I don't know, a year ago, 8 months ago, and but they only gave not even a render, a silhouette. So like not even a full render, you know? And I thought like, oh no, like that's crazy. They're gonna it's an ambitious announcement kind of to make that like for a legend scale company to be like, listen, we're making a Jetfire. Because I mean, Iron Factory had done it, but that was a completely different style. So they were doing a 2-in-1. And then out of nowhere, like just a couple of months ago, New Age goes, oh yeah, by the way, we're making one. And by the way, here's a real image of one, not a render. Oh, and by the way, it's coming out in a month. Yeah, crazy. Like it blew everyone's minds. I like how they did the leg here with the hip skirt. Like that's the way to do it. Just have it rotate as part of the leg. I like that. It's super cool. I am super excited for this boy. We'll put him aside for now. It's crazy though. Do you get these legend scale figures from an American dealer? You're basically paying masterpiece pricing. Yeah, this is $160 from an American site. I got it for 80 from a Chinese from Shozhi. But it's crazy in that the price fluctuated a lot. It went from like 90 to 120 to 80 to 75 to 150. Like it fluctuated so much. I don't know what exactly they were going through. Hey, cat, come on. You're killing me over here. Whoop, 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 whoop. My cat. Okay. We'll put this aside. And let's do the last one here. This one is good. I know what this one is. This one also. So I bought this. I saw this go up, and it was April when I saw the pre-order for this go up, and it's when. Actually, no. I think it was like a year ago. It might have been like October last year. Then in April, something like that. And then April, they showed like it was just silhouette. In April, they showed not even. I think earlier in the year they showed a render. Then April they showed it, and it was done. Like they had a test shot. I thought it was gonna go right to manufacturing. It said that it was coming out in June. I immediately paid for it. I was like, I want to, because with these pre-orders, if you pay for it, it gets shipped out in the order of who completed payment first. So I was like, I need this thing. Yeah, and I paid for it in April of this year. And it is Wind Girl. It's Masterpiece style Windblade. So first third-party Windblade in this scale, right? There's Iron Factory has a Windblade. I know that there are KOs of that and made it gigantic. And look, I can't say G1 style because the character's in G1 continuity. It's not. She was not in the cartoon. I think the first time she was added, I think, was in Combiner Wars, or it might have been Titan's Return, um, which is very recent. And she's in like Buzzworthy Bumblebee, but they've like put her into the continuity, but she is not. She was not from the original cartoon, so it's kind of difficult to figure out like where is the baseline for how this character should look. This one is a little bit stylized, but the character herself is stylized. If I could get it out. Oh, it's because of that stand. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty stylized. But again, I mean, the character herself is stylized, so I don't know what to. I mean, look, I mean, she's a fembot. Look, I have mixed feelings about the concept of fembots. This thing is completely covered in plastic. Okay, this looks like super premium. I feel like, I mean, obviously, look, I mean, her deco, she's made to be like some kind of like geisha or geisha type character. If you don't know, in the lore, she is called a city speaker, which is a relatively new concept, which is a transformer that could talk to the Titans, like Metroplex and the other, like the big guys that, like, I like how in recent years what they've kind of done is they've made them like, just because they're city bots, they made them into like almost like a different race where like their mind is working at a different level because they're an entire city. So they introduced this concept, which is like, what if we had people who were trained to talk to them and interact with them, which is a cool concept. So she's that type. She's a city speaker, and I don't know why. Like, I get, look, the geisha concept. That's how they went with it. Fine, that's the character design. You know, I can't like fault them for having an idea. You know, but this thing is like covered in protection. Easy there, easy there. This paint is awesome. Wow. Yeah, this is wow. It's a hefty figure. But so I can't fault them for going with like that style. I mean, it's a character design. That's fine. They're allowed to have a character design. But what I don't understand is, why is it like that number one, that robots need a gender. I'm already like, I don't get that at all. But more than that, like, I don't get this thing is pretty sharp. What I don't get is like I don't get like the genitalia aspect of it. Like, yeah, we're gonna go there, people. Like, I don't listen. I like boobs and butts just as much as the next guy, possibly more. You know, I'm not gonna start getting into that. But like, why are they on robots? Like, why do we need? Listen, I think gender in robots is stupid, but I also think that like representation matters. So fine, like, I'm fine. Like, you know, I will support it. But what I don't understand is, why do the girl bots need boobs and butts? And again, I like boobs and butts just as much, or possibly more, than the next guy, but they don't reproduce in this. So like, and the boy, yeah, let's see. But the boy bots, like, we don't see a lot of ding dongs, you know. In fact, I've never seen it, you know, like one of the boy bots having a dick. So I don't know. I'm probably getting into some weird territory here. But having said all of that, the boobs and the butts part aside, because I'm not going to comment on that, but the actual design of this thing is impressive. It does look awesome. I mean, look, it's basically masterpiece scale. I won't say it's masterpiece styled. It's like clearly something different. It's like a one-off. And it's hard to know like what is the definitive take on Windblade because she wasn't in the older cartoons. But and I will say that like I'm not in love with the fact that they took a design choice here, which was to make the wings little swords that you stick in her. Easy, guys, easy, and they look like wings coming out. So that's cool, but then you lose like Windblade has traditionally had like wings as part of her backpack, and like there's like an emotive part of it where in some of the shows like it's almost like a way that she displays emotion, kind of like Starscream in Transformers Prime, or is it Transformers Animated? I can't keep them. I think it's Transformers Prime, where like he clearly uses his wings to emote. When he's sad, they droop down. When someone like when he's being aggressive, like he puffs them out. So I did always like that aspect of Windblade because they did a lot of that in the comics. But having said that, I mean this thing is gorgeous. No ratchets on this thing, and I know that the transformation for this is kind of iffy. In that, like, yeah, you can make her look like a jet, but I don't think anything really locks together. But and I do generally like displaying figures in their alt modes, but but I'll figure it out. But I do have to say it's very nice. It's very, very nice. It's very hefty. I am concerned about the ankles. Also, there don't seem to be ankle pivots, which is weird. We have to mess around with this and see how they utilize, how to pose it. But at any rate, it's awesome. And I think it went down in price. When I pre-ordered it, it was like $120. Now I think it's 85. And what's nice about Shozi is they refund you the difference if the price changes. So I got part of my money back. I got this cool figure. It is sharp. It is sticking me. But she looks very good. Very good. Cool. So that was what was waiting for me when I got home from all my meetings and time out at work. Came home to this nice haul. Really, really pleased with all of the pieces. I'm gonna have to find a spot to hang that canvas. I'm gonna mess around definitely with that Jetfire and that cruiser. And yeah, I mean, I'm super happy to have Windblade in hand as well. Thanks for joining me here tonight while I showed off how terribly I spend my disposable income and how much of a nerd I am. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'll look forward to the next one. Bye.